Hello, everybody. What's going on? Hi. How's everyone doing? Welcome in. We are going to be working more, believe it or not, on Opus more today. So we'll be diving into that. Hey, not Major Nerd. Welcome in. How's it going? So I apologize for the delay on today's stream. I know it's like we're an hour late. It's because Windows is funny and decided to update. It always happens right before stream. It's so funny, guys. So I had to wait for that. But hey, hopefully the computer will run a little better. We'll see. Probably not. So yeah. Trump protester there, you know the usual. Yeah. Yeah. Ooh. So, we're gonna work on the Star Launcher menu just a little bit because we need to make it better. Now that like the planets are starting to go outside the initial area, we need to make it so people can scroll easily and stuff, which I already implemented that functionality, but I want to do it better, I think. So hey, Dazrazer, what's up? Welcome in. Howdy, pepperonis. How's it going? Just got done downloading Audacity. Oh, let's go. Yeah, Audacity's not bad. I just it's hard for me to get used to it since I'm so familiar with like, you know, video editing programs. It's just faster for me to use Premiere, but I would like to learn Audacity a little bit more. So, all right. So we need to figure out how we're gonna do this. Let's go into this nice spaceship. I might create a sub viewport for the planets. I'm not really quite sure how I want to do it yet, but I need to figure out some way to do it. Okay, so that's the star background. So let's go over to... So how it is now is it's all just a control node. This view box thing or whatever. And it's fine and all, it's just like, it's janky though how the zooming is, so I want to improve it. So let's think about how we can do that. So where is all that stuff controlled? It's right in here. So this is where you can middle click to drag and all that business. So I'm gonna change this because it's time. Pizza in the oven last night, since the only pizzas that I buy are the ones that do not need the cardboard. I removed it. I had not bought my usual pizza. I quickly noticed the smoke as my pizza had basically melted through the bars. Oh god. Yeah, that's that's not good. That's not good. You gotta put a pizza stone down there or something, a pan. Yeah. Man. Okay, so this is where we do the scrolling. I want to see if we can like integrate the mouse position into this somehow, right? I want to like somehow check for what we're focused on and zoom in toward that. I don't know how I'm going to calculate how to zoom in toward the thing though, right? I mean, I guess I just want to push the position of it toward what I'm selected on. So maybe we just say this. We lerp the position. And we're gonna lerp toward our local mouse position. 1 times delta. So that's gonna be zooming out. We'll try that down here too. I have no idea if that's gonna work, so let's load it up and see. Load, game, load. I need to close all my things. Giant cardboard in the oven is quite unique, yeah. And gutting. Ugh. Yeah. Okay, let's close this funny... all the other funny tabs. Close other tabs. Boom. Then same with our code. Let's close our scripts, because it's too slow. Okay. Plan of control, close other tabs. There we go. Come on, Godot. There we go. Okay. Anyways, let's go test this out. I have no idea if this is gonna work. Probably not. Probably won't work. Oh. It's doing something. Okay, so it seems like it's like the inverse of where my mouse is or something. Right, so when I'm in the corner over there... it's a little odd. Let's see here. Let's increase the value here just so that we can like really test it. Say 10 times delta, just for the funsies. Okay, so that's going like in the corner. And then when I'm over here... okay, so I think the position is centered around 0. So we need to push that over. So we're gonna grab this down here and we're just gonna say mouse position is that minus our size. Oops, what happened? And we'll try that. Size divided by 2, actually. See what happens. Okay, okay. So it is zooming in and out around the mouse, as you can kind of see. Obviously it's too much, but we can adjust these values. And let's see. Instead of that, I think we can just do it by the same factor here or something, or maybe just delta. Okay, let's give that a try. So when it's zooming out, we want it to go out from the mouse, but then when we're zooming in, we want it to go to the mouse. So that's something we need to change in here. So we'll scroll up when we're zooming in instead of lerping to... that one should be fine, lerping to the mouse position. I wonder why it's like opposite then. It's kind of odd, actually. So hey, welcome into the stream. Let's see. It's just, you can see that it's obviously going to the other side of our zooming. So I don't know why it's doing it like that. Okay, I think it's because our mouse position, we need to say, I think, negative mouse position. Let's give that a try. Oh. It's kind of working, but it's really weird. You can see how janky it is. Oh my god. Well, I don't know. This is a mess. I think I'm gonna do a sub viewport on this. Why is it so... what the... Uh-oh. Is my computer freezing? Oh my god. What happened? Why is everything frozen? Okay, we're fine. Thank you for the hydrate, Adagon. Webcam froze for a minute. Yeah, I don't know. My whole computer just froze for a minute. Just the usual, you know, with Windows. Yeah, is this a personal project? This is, I guess, not technically a personal project. It's out on Steam already, so it's a commercial project. But thank you, yeah. It's going pretty good. Yeah, how's it going, Adagon? How was the Starground challenge run last night? I think you said you had, like, a list of stuff. I wonder how I can do this. I just need a better way to control this. I mean, I can do a sub viewport. And then I'd put that as child here. I think. This might be a little weird. And then for the size, 500 by 300. Now, how do I make it good, not weird? Oh, is it because this needs to now have another, oops, another canvas? Let's experiment. That needs to... Layout is full rect. Okay, it shows that in there. I can't seem to see what's on the sub viewport though. Rendering GUI. So yeah, I don't know. Challenge is going good. The underwater plant is now a giant farm. Nice. Yeah. I need to make it so certain plants can and can't grow on Tyria, you know, underwater. Would probably be a good idea to do. Size 2D override. I don't know how sub viewports really work. Unless it's like a thing where I can only see it in game, it might be. This looks weird without the background. I mean, that doesn't seem like it is. I don't see it. Unless I just need to restart the game. Sub viewport. Render target. Size 2D override. And size. Is it just because the size of this is... I mean, I have the minimum size set. I mean, you can see the extents like that, so... should be okay. I just doesn't, it's like it doesn't show up anywhere. I don't know. What's the name? It's called Starground. It's on Steam. There's a command you can run. I think you just say !Starground and it'll give you a link to the Steam page. But yeah, it's been out since August 19th. It's going pretty good. So yeah. The command should work. Did it not work? Uh-oh. Why didn't it work? Oh, that's not the command. It's actually a game. There we go. Yeah, because I guess people might not know what the game name is, so I wouldn't make the command Starground because it'd be confusing. But there you go. Yeah, feel free to check it out. It will be on sale for the Automation Fest on July 14th, so, you know, just letting everyone know. So, I don't know why the sub viewport doesn't seem to show up. GUI. I'll check it out. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate it, yeah. Yeah, I don't know what's going on here. 500 by 300, that's the size. So this should just be a child of that node, and it's gonna like fill this box. But it doesn't seem to be doing that. I've only messed with sub viewports with what's the word? Pizza Pit. So I don't know. I'm not sure why it's just invisible. Do I need to set a 2D override? No. Render target. Well, let's launch it again and see if it shows up. Maybe it's just like a thing where you can only see it in game. I don't know. Sent your list? Awesome. Thank you very much, Adagon. I appreciate it. We can go take a look at that. I don't have Discord open. Move, Discord, move. Okay. Okay. You were able to put 2 skulls into a ranged weapon? That's not supposed to happen. Yeah. Wonder how that happened. We'll have to take a look at that. Add to the wish list, so thank you very much. I appreciate that. Huh. And we go with 2 skulls, a sword blade, and a gun barrel. Yeah. It's very odd. We have to take a look at that. Yeah, it's still not rendering anything in the viewport, so I don't know what's going on. Okay, let me give myself Blight Bone. Enable commands. So how did you do it? Because... What? Okay, well that's not supposed to happen. Oh, so if you have a stack and then you click, it's like it doesn't update the current stack being held until you place one. So that's why I can only do it when I do it in a stack like that. Otherwise, if I just put one and then put another one, it doesn't work. So we just need to go check that code and make sure that it's like updating the current like filter status. Shouldn't be too bad. Okay. I wonder if you can do that with like the the weapon too. Probably. Let's try it. Yikes. It's not is it doing 2? I think it is. kind of funny. Well, we gotta fix that also. So that's super cool. Let's just write it down. Exclusive. I'll just make this the bugs section. Bugs. Exclusive weapon parts, or just exclusive parts don't can be placed twice when in a stack. What's the keybind? It's like Control A? No, Control. What is it? Control G. Oh my god. Control L. There we go. For list. By the way, the storage unit uses a 3x2 hitbox size to calculate if it's placeable. Even if it's... The storage interface. This one. 3x2, yeah, even if it's in the vertical. Oh yeah. Whoa. I just crashed my game? Okay. I don't know what's going on with my computer today, guys. A new update is gonna be the death of me. Yeah, so it looks like it does. I'll have to probably fix that. I don't know how. Maybe I'll have some extra code for... or some extra building tags for different collision sizes. For different orientations. That's probably going to be the best way to do it. Okay, well, I'll write that down. Storage interface collision does not update on rotation. Ducting on Tyria is intentional. Yeah, any floating object that you put down on Tyria will float away. Like the beach ball and stuff too. So if I go to Tyria, place down a beach ball, it'll start to float away. Yeah. But if it's inside a building that's enclosed, then you're fine. But as soon as you bring it out of that building, if I breach containment, it starts to float away again. And I think it'll still float away even if I repressurize. Yeah. Was that behind the light? Let's see. Light. Like the lamp right here? Or the beach ball in front of the light? Oh. That is weird. Oh, it's just because the little power icon is, like, has a really high depth ordering. All the like warning icons are kind of like a separate layer from everything else, because I don't want them to get, you know, obscured. So like, for example, over here with the Tesla coil, you can still see the no power icon from the battery behind it. I may change that behavior. I'll have to think about that. I'm not sure yet. But I'll write it down as a possible thing. There's a wall between two pressurized areas. Yeah, I've noticed that issue. We need to fix that. Sure, area still does water splash. Then also icons are showing in front of other buildings. Yeah, we'll do a lot of bug fixing this update since we should have some time to, I think. So I gotta figure out what's going on with this. I don't know why the sub viewport isn't working. Let's see. Desert is a sub viewport inside a sub viewport container, or rendered with a viewport texture. Oh, do I have to? Is there a different kind of viewport thing? Oh. Well, that's probably my issue. Right, and then don't you have to like set it to be you just put it inside? Okay. So I'm just stupid, guys. That's the answer. So we're good. Yeah, I think having my own sub viewport for this would probably be a lot better. Because what I want to do, ideally, is we just set the sub viewport to something really big. Like the whole size of our planet area, right? Like that. And then now we just have all that space to move around with the planets and stuff. Right. Also, are these going to be setting the stuff properly? Or is it going to be like get parent, get parent? Yeah. That's what I thought. Maybe just in this scene we can do how do you do that? Like a unique access name. And call this planet parent or something. And then now I think in these, Star Launcher button. I think we can, well, but these planets show up in other places, so I don't like to do that. Sure there's a way we could figure this out. Excuse me, guys. My apologies. Star Launcher button. Because, yeah, I hate doing get pairing, get pairing, get pairing, get pairing. It's stupid. I guess we can just reference it. Just say export var planet parent. Just call it like planet controller. This is going to be a type of control node. Then now on all of these, I can assign this. This. Okay, it doesn't let me. I probably have to do it one by one. Yes, I do. It's annoying. It's fine. Blah, blah, blah. Game. Godot, I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna kill you. I do want to change the way that planets like get put in here. I think it would be kind of interesting if like the method we used was more dynamic, or like it just has a list of all the nodes and then I go through the list and add them. I'll go over more about what I specifically mean about that, but yeah, I think it'll be a little cooler. Yeah, I can't really see the sub viewport except in here, but that's fine. It doesn't really matter. Not enough parents. I don't know. I think there's plenty. Okay, so now we can move all of these over. Now, what I kind of want to do, I don't know if this is possible, but we just add a camera. Actually, that's not going to work, is it? But I just want this camera to, like, be the thing that's deciding where the view is on the viewport. Because then we can do a lot of things, you know? But I don't know how I'm going to do that. I mean, I can add some code in here just as an experiment to the camera. We can say function process position is equal to vector2 dot or input dot get vector. Up. Move left. Move right. Move up. Move down. I just want to see what this is going to do. Plus equals that times, I don't know, n or something. Or times delta times 10. Because if I can just move the camera, that's going to be so much better than the stupid method I'm trying to use now, right? So let's just see what happens here. Ugh. Game load. Okay, loaded. Okay. Not seeing enough movement. No, I don't think it works. Because the problem is that canvas layer is like above the camera or whatever. The only way a camera would work is if this is actually like a physical thing, which actually I think I can just say follow viewport. See, now the camera can actually move around separately from the canvas, which is quite interesting. Which means I can set bounds and stuff for the camera. But then I can still use the canvas layer like as a physical thing. Like something that I can move around with the camera, right? So this might work out. You can see now, like, yeah, this is gonna work a lot better, I think. So let's move over our planets and stuff. Now we don't have to have this, like, parent planet node. So we can just move everything over. The star. Now, it's tricky because I can't, like, see it. I mean, I can preview it here, I guess, but yeah, it's kind of tricky. Then let's just set the position on this to be 0, so it's centered. Actually, that wouldn't be centered. That would be 1920 divided by 2 and 80 divided by 2. So that would actually be the center. I think? Maybe not. Looks like it needs plus 32. Nope. I guess I have to take into account the size of the planet to actually be truly centered, which is fine. So now you can see it's in the center. All right. These don't really matter. Like that's the other planets is basically just wiggle it around until I like the position. So, so let's take all these out, put them in there, and I can honestly get rid of all this stuff. So let's just move all of these down. Yeah, there we go. Into roughly the same position they were before. So now you can look, this is our map now. You can see the sub viewport. Now, one downside is that if I change the sizing of this, it seems to move everything. So that's kind of unfortunate, but at least I'll always have the star as sort of a frame of reference. But yeah, actually the star I can just set to center. Oh, but it doesn't really work. Whatever, it's fine. And then this camera, let's make sure that this stays at the center initially. So it's gonna be 1920 divided by 2, 1080 divided by 2. All right. And everything's frozen again, sick. Okay, so I'm probably just gonna hide that guy for now. Now we can do all of our funny stuff in the camera. So I kind of want to have like a velocity with the camera, just a little bit. I guess basically we just want position smoothing, actually, never mind. Because see, now that it's actually a camera node, it allows us to do a lot of really nice things. Same with like a drag and stuff, right? And rotation smoothing and all this stuff, so it's kind of nice. And we can also set limits too, which is cool. So we can just set that to the limit right now. So minus 1920 divided by 2, 0. Actually, that'll just be 0, right? Right will be 1920 and 1080. So now it's going to be locked to that region. So if we're in game again now, let's relaunch everything. But yeah, I think this should work. Should work pretty nicely. And then I can mess with the zoom values and stuff, and yeah. This will be a lot better. Seems like I can't move it. Looks like our limits were not working. But you can see the camera smoothing. It's actually kind of nice. I'll probably lower the speed or increase the speed. Just so it's not quite as smooth. But I do like how that looks. So yeah, that's feeling pretty good. And then we'll have zooming with this too. So we'll say zooms equal to, we'll just do if input dot is action just pressed, scroll up and scroll down. So scroll up is going to be zooming it in. So we're going to say zoom times equals 1.1 or something plus delta. Then this one's going to be divided by that plus delta. And that's basically it for that. There we go. Zooming implemented. Now we need to set a limit on the zooming. Also, as you can see, the camera limit stuff does not take into account the current zoom level, which is kind of a problem. I do wonder if this limit thing would actually fix that. It seems to. Yeah. It seems to take into account the zoom level, kind of. But not really. I don't know. It's weird. I don't know if limit is what I think it is. Well, it is working. You can see like it stops it from moving that way. But yeah, limits are weird. I don't know if that's really gonna do what I want. Well, we'll implement our own limit system. It's not a big deal. Yeah, this seems to be working. Now, I can see that the star background is being linearly interpolated. I just have to change in here in the sub-viewport settings. Down in canvas items, the default filtering should be nearest. There we go. Let's just implement a couple of other quality of life things, right? So we'll say var speed normally is 100. Var cur speed is speed. If input dot is action pressed shift, then speed is equal to cur speed is speed times 2. All right. So now we can like shift and then the camera moves fast. I don't know why it's... Oh, right. Speed won't exist until we restart the game. Then the next thing we can re-implement is the clicking and dragging with the middle mouse. So, we'll do that. I wonder what happens if we try and click on stuff. I didn't test that yet. It should be fine, I think, but I don't actually know. Nope, it is broken, so that's pretty cool. We gotta fix it. Also, I did the wrong value. So why would the clicking be broken? I don't really know. I'll have to research that. Let's make that go even a little faster. Maybe increase the initial speed just a tad. Don't want it to be too crazy though. This seems pretty good. See, I can't click on any... Oh. Alright, so I was able to click on something. Oh yeah, I'm stupid. This needs to now be planet controller. Down here. Okay. Oh. Oh. It's really odd. It's like I can click on it here. I don't know why. Probably need to set some zoom limits here. So how come now I can't seem to click anything? So I don't know what's going on. This has pass through on, right? Pass. Handle input locally. I think I need to turn that off. Still is not working. GUI. Still does not want to click anything. Let's reopen the menu. I feel like sometimes I see it flicker and then... Let's see, why wouldn't that work? Variable rate shading. What is this? Rendering, occlusion goaling, that's for like 3D stuff. Oh, I could enable HDR, which is actually really interesting. That I could enable HDR for certain elements, but not others. That's quite fascinating. I'm gonna do this. It should be okay. Handled by itself. Okay, a sub viewport container will automatically disable it. Okay. Mouse target. What is this? Oh. Turn that on? Oh. Kind of? Maybe? I can, like, sometimes click Opus. It's weird, though. It's obviously inconsistent. Stretch, shrink. Whoa. God, I gotta relaunch it. Control nodes in the sub-viewport. It should be fine, unless the issue is that the camera is actually blocking the clicking, which would be odd, but let's make sure. Who knows? So I don't know why that's invisible. Tyrian rocks grow in long-range movers? Oh, you mean like they'll, when they unearth from the ground, it'll, yeah. We can go test that. Oh, great, it like reset my sub-viewport size. Okay, I still can't click anything. Which is odd, because the collision stuff should just be handled by the planets themselves, right? Why does it the game keeps stuttering so crazy? I know it's just my computer. Well, we can go to Tyria manually. So yeah, you're saying if I put down a... Like if I do this, then I put down a mover there, you're saying it's gonna grow back? Let's see. Oh, you were saying long-range movers, though. Well, it would probably be anything. Long-range mover right on top? Okay. I bet it's only when it's on the top half. That's gonna be my guess. Just based off of how the collision shape is. Here, we can just build a thumper to force it to respawn. Of course it'll have hopper ingots. I'm a fool. My Factorio brain activated for a minute. I would like to add that functionality to Starground. The whole thing where you can like click and drag and it makes a perfect line. It would just be kind of cool. Ah. What? It didn't work? Oh, my research level? Oh, I think it's research. There we go. We have no power here. That's sick. Oh, right. Oh, I have a freaking nuclear reactor. Let's just give uranium pellet. There we go. And also give myself some steam. Boom, 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 boom. Okay. So let's watch. Well, it doesn't look like it's doing that, so I'm not sure. Seems to be fine. How do you have it positioned? Because, I mean, having it right on top doesn't work. Yeah, let's see. That's really odd. It might be something to do with, like, the initial saving and loading of your world. That would be my guess. Unless you saw it actually happen while the game was open. But I bet what it is... Oh, it's the public server? Odd. Maybe it's like a multiplayer specific thing then. I don't know. I'll have to research that. I'll definitely write it down. Can be inside of rocks on Tyria. Yeah, I don't know what would be causing that. I'll have to do some multiplayer specific tests with that, so we'll try that. Anyways, let's figure out this silly star launcher. Okay, why does it keep resetting my viewport thing? I turned off stretch. It's kind of annoying now. Yeah, it just doesn't let me click, so I really don't know what I should do about that. Because all these, they just have a GUI input signal. So... collectors play the opening animation instead of the closing one? Oh, for like... So when a bee exits, it plays the closing, or the opening one instead? Odd. Collector animations are whack on multiplayer, I'll just say that. Okay, well, I'll take a look at that too. Appreciate all the bug reports, it is helpful. So why wouldn't this be checking for input? I can turn off mouse target. Mouse target makes the actual node itself instead of the children, which is not what I want. Is it because it's a canvas layer or something? Is it because of the order of the canvas layer? I would think that's only, I don't think that would matter in this case, but... Scale... Follow viewport. I don't know, guys. This is quite confusing. Also, I don't think this camera should be a child of the canvas layer. Pretty sure it should be a child of the sub viewport. Oh my god, what is going on? Okay. Yeah, I still can't click anything. No idea why. Oh, but like sometimes I can. Let me look at this, look at this. I can click on this. But why? I can't click on any of these others. Okay, I can do the space hub. But it's weird how the mouse collision is, right? I can also do Opus. And Tyria. But it's just really weird. See, like, look at that. How, like, even moving. So I think it has to do something with, like, the positions of stuff. It's really weird, though. And like, I don't know why I can only do it on the top. This little top bit of the planet, right? There's got to be like something blocking that, right? Okay, I don't know why Tephra is a massive square. And now it's gone. Maybe that's our issue, is like the sizing stuff got reset. That's probably what happened, actually. Harness is gone, don't worry about him. Space Hub is fine, Tyria is good, Gradient is good. Maybe that was the only issue. Now, Opus is odd because the size is not correct, so let's fix that. Should be 96. Maybe that was the only issue, I don't know. Let's try this again. No, it's still quite odd. What? I have no idea what's going on. Let's just make sure it's not like the code or whatever. Let's go into here and GUI input and then just say print. Just to make sure. Because maybe it's just something odd. No, I mean, you can see it's just not getting any input event, so... But then randomly that one does. I don't know why. It's definitely strange. But why? Yeah, this is behaving very strangely. It's frustrating because we're almost there, I feel like. It's just something's odd. That one's already set to ignore. I mean, the mouse on these should all be... Yeah, that one's supposed to be ignore. Then these should be, yeah, stop. Which they all are. All of them are. What's update mode? I mean, that's fine. I don't know. The only thing I could think of is it has to do with the canvas being like a physical thing, right? Probably gonna have to look this up or something, I don't know. Godot viewport GUI input. Here, this is basically my issue. Yeah. Just have a script on the main viewport called push input and the unhandled input function. Okay. Well, let's try it. So I have a script on here on function unhandled input. Say push input. Event. Okay. Let's try that. Probably have to restart. Interesting. Okay, so I would have to do this probably from the main viewport. We'll see. Let's try this. Just see if this does anything. Game crash? Okay. Well, let's try it again. I hope that doesn't crash over and over now. So yeah, this is this push input function. Triggers a given event in this viewport. So that should be fine. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's what I want. It's basically just like telling the viewport to recognize unhandled inputs. So everything should get passed into the viewport. But now it's just crashing the game. So that's super cool, guys. God dang it. Okay, what are we gonna do here? Why is it crashing the game? Space elevator is really weird in multiplayer. Oh yeah. What issue are you running into with those? It's weird. Triggers the given event in this viewport. The group keeps resetting? Okay. It might be something to do with like syncing that data. Yeah, let me write that down. On space elevators and multiplayer. I don't know, I'm just trying to figure out like how to do this. Hey, Satellix, thank you so much for the raid. Welcome in. How's it going? Yeah, welcome in everybody. The dev's going well. It's going okay. I'll show you what we got going on right now. I'm currently cleaning up our like planet menu. Just adding some more functionality to it because now that like we have so many planets, it's starting to like I can't fit them all in one screen, so I need to make it so you can move around and move the camera in there. So let me show you what we got going on. I'm having this issue though where it keeps crashing the game. I don't know why. Yeah, it's just crashing the game. I don't know why it's doing that. So I'm having this issue where I want to click on the control things in the sub viewport. I've created a sub viewport here, but it's I don't know what's happening. It's just being really weird. So it's frustrating. I don't know what I'm gonna do to fix it. And there's no like crash message or anything, and that's something that kind of sucks because I don't know what's causing it to crash. I mean, I can get rid of this function and it's probably fine now, but it's just, yeah, it's a little frustrating. Yeah, it's been well. Did a bit of overlay dev. Nearly have emotes showing in my overlay 100% of the time. Nice. Then did some misgame fixing. Yeah, that's sick. It's cool stuff. Yeah. I want to do some overlay stuff soon because I have an Arduino here, right? And I have some ideas for what to do with this Arduino. It's connected to a cable right now. How do you do your like motion tracking in your overlay for your guy? Do you do motion tracking? Like, do you track the position of your head, or is it just like code to randomly move it around? I think you do, right? Because, okay, you don't have, okay. Yeah, because this little Arduino has a an accelerometer and gyroscope in it. So my plan was to like basically attach this to my headphones, and then I'll know the position of my head in 3D space. So I was like, you know, oh, I could throw on, like, give myself a little virtual hat or something and just do different wacky things like that. So I don't know, I'll have to mess around with that, but yeah. Also, we got ads coming up in a second here. My apologies. Yeah, I think it should work out. I just gotta like figure out how to translate the numbers and sync them to my computer. One nice thing about an accelerometer and stuff versus like an AI program or something is it'll be extremely accurate, you know? Like, it'll look very precise because it's going to be sending over data like 1,000 times a second. So it'll be pretty cool, I think, if I can get it working. But I'll see. Yeah, right, you don't need to approximate anything. And also, like, it takes into account like any position. So if like I move around or move my head down here and my face is out of view, it's still gonna know where I am. The downside of using like a webcam facial recognition thing is that it can like fail, or like you cover up your face and it doesn't know what's happening anymore. So, all right, let's wait for these ads. Yeah, see, no crash now. It's frustrating. I don't know what's happening. Maybe I don't want to do unhandled input. Is it literally just push event? Like, push input? Is that my problem? Like, what if I just say like this just for fun? Okay, it's an abstract. Shoot. What other input events are there? Just input? We can try it. All right. Let me get the issue solved, dude. Looking forward to seeing what you throw together with your Arduino. Yeah, I'll have to mess around with that. Got some errands around, some dip for now. But thank you for hosting. Yeah, no problem. Hopefully you're not stuck in an ad right now, but yeah. Thank you so much for the raid. I appreciate it. Yeah. Hopefully I can get this crashing thing figured out. I don't really know what's going on. Because, man, I always love checking in over here. Well, yeah, I appreciate it. I wish I was able to raid you more, but it's just the schedules don't line up, so it's hard. But yeah, I appreciate it, though. Okay, what is happening with this? It's just crashing. But why? It's not like I'm doing something weird. Push input. Oh. Well, someone like that, schedules are a fun thing. That's true, yeah. I guess there's probably a lot of people I raid that, you know, their schedules never work out for me. God, this is stupid. I don't know what's causing this to happen. Quartz. But yeah, anyways, have a good rest of your day. Thank you so much for coming in. Let's try doing... There's another one that's depreciated. It's push unhandled input. So I don't know, maybe maybe this one will work. I'm gonna have to now look up this new issue, which is that push input crashes my game. Oops. Let's just open up a couple of these. Does this one mention push input? It does not. Yeah, this is annoying. Let's try this again. Maybe I just need to call it from a higher up viewport or something. I don't know. It's just like, what is happening? Let's add it to this script, and this is going to be sub viewport container. And on unhandled input event, I'm just going to say sub viewport dot push input. Like maybe you just can't call it on the same node that you're using or something, because it causes like a feedback loop where it receives an input and then that input is used back to the input and it gets stuck in a cycle, and so it's just crashing. That could be what's happening. So let's see if calling this from a upper node. Oh, why is it just nothing? Okay. Whoopsies. I don't know what happened with that. Let's try this again. Come on. Come on, Godot. Please work. Oh, I still have it on here. Stupid. Let's restart again. Okay, I hope this works, guys. I really hope. Okay. It's still a mess and not working, but at least it's kind of not, it's not crashing. So let's see if maybe I pass in true or whatever for in local chords. Would that fix it? Okay, so that doesn't seem to work. So don't pass in local chords. Maybe the issue is that it's not being unhandled. Like maybe on this I need to say instead of pass or something, or say like stop. Or just ignore. Well no, because we want it to be pass, because we want like whatever we click on here to pass through. Ah, it's so weird. It's like kind of working sometimes. Like you can see right now, for some reason, Opus is like totally normal. And I can hover over it and click it. But then anything else in here, just not gonna work. And then if I move the camera at all, then it stops working. And then sometimes it works again, and other times it just, I don't know what's happening. Can't click on that. So... No idea what's going on. Yeah, this is very strange. I don't know. It's frustrating. Maybe I just need a different kind of input. Maybe regular input. Is regular input going to be everything? Let's print when this is actually happening. So maybe I can see what input we're actually receiving here. Okay, so that's interesting. It's not receiving any input there. So maybe, does it receive any unhandled input? Okay, so obviously it's receiving a bunch of unhandled input, you can see. It's receiving all this stuff. Mouse, motion, click events and stuff. Okay, look what's happening. I'm clicking over here, and it's clicking its opus. Why? Right? Something is so not right. It's so weird. It's got to be some weird, like, position thing. Because push input lets me pass in coordinates. So maybe I just say true. Or maybe I need to say false. Is it true by default? No, it's false by default. I have no idea why clicking over here is reliable. What about this is causing that? Is it because that's just like the position of clicking on the parent viewport? I'm trying to figure out some pattern here, you know? Of like why that's working, and then sometimes it's just fine. I don't see, like this one, I'm clicking on it and stuff, and it's just, what is happening? Let me fully read this. Parent viewport handles distributing events among its children. Doesn't this type has to be done manually. Main viewport to still receive input inside of it should be passed on to the game. Have a script on the main viewport. So is that the issue? That's not on my main viewport? But how am I supposed to add a script to my main viewport? Alexa, fan on. Burning up, guys. Godot add script to main viewport. Viewport texture. Should I disable input on it? I mean, is that gonna like down in here in GUI? I mean, it's still behaving really weird. By default, sub-viewports don't automatically receive input unless they receive it from their direct sub-viewport container parent node. So, if I just set that to stop, then it should be receiving input. Ugh. It's a nightmare, guys. Gotta love dealing with viewports. It makes me want to just like not do it and swap back, but I really love the ability to have a camera node because it gives us so much freedom. So I wish I could get this working. .3D and 2D viewport. Yeah, this is crazy. I do want to mess around with that one day. Don't forget to turn on physics object picking when using mouse entered exit signals inside the sub viewport. Physics. So in here, physics object picking. I have that on. Yeah, this is my thing right here. How do I interact with it? Sub viewport containers to automatically propagate input events. Push event on the viewport, yeah. So it should work. Maybe I just shouldn't have the canvas layer there. But I feel like I do need that. Because otherwise it's not going to behave right. Does it just have to do with, like, how the canvas layer is set up? I mean, if I say stop following viewport, but it still doesn't pass anything, so... So I don't think that matters. Maybe I just change up how this is. Maybe we completely omit the canvas layer. Just like that. I mean, it seems okay to omit the canvas layer. It's weird, but I think technically it'll work. So that's still not working, but maybe now if we restart the game. So a sub viewport container, everywhere it says it should automatically pass through input. So it's odd that it's not, though. Unless there's like some weird setting or variable in here I need to set. Right here, propagate input event. Virtual method to implement method user. If it returns true, the event is propagated as sub viewport children. Function is not implemented. All events are propagated by sub viewports. Yeah. Alternatively, should be available as targets of mouse-related functionalities. Okay. Shrink. Mouse target. False by default should be correct. Let's relaunch, see if it changes. Yeah, if it's direct child of a sub viewport container, then it's fine. I don't really know what the problem is here. No input events. Epic. It's a direct child. It should be fine. It should be passing in events. I could even like add a script on here onto our viewport. That's just sub viewport. And then just unhandled input and just see what it says. Okay, so it's obviously not passing in the events then. Which is just odd. Unless it's because I need to relaunch the game. I can't attach a script live. Let's try this. Rip laptop doesn't support Windows 11? Oh yeah, it's too bad. Yeah, I had to upgrade my CPU and stuff to get Windows 11, I think. Because before I had... Actually, no, I don't think I had to, but yeah, a lot of my family's computers and stuff were not gonna work for Windows 11. Gotta find one that does, yeah. Just have to make sure that you have the TPM 2.0 module. Oh yeah, i5 3rd gen. That's probably why. Yeah, usually the newer CPUs should be fine. God, why doesn't this work? Well, yeah, generation does matter. You're gonna want one that supports... I mean, you can just go look at, Intel CPUs that support TPM 2.0. And then this is a list of all the things. Windows 11 supported CPUs. So these are like the normal CPUs down here. Yeah, you're probably going to want something that's at least a 10th generation. There's a couple in here that 9th gen is okay. Actually, the 7th gen ones are okay too, which is interesting, but it looks like only a couple of them though. 8 gigs versus 16. I would probably recommend 16. I mean, 8 gig is fine if you're just doing like some website browsing, but otherwise, if you're doing anything more serious, I'd probably try and aim for 16 gigs. But yeah, if you want to know which ones will work, just before you buy anything, I would definitely take a look at this Windows website and just browse through and make sure your processor's on this list. They do also have AMD processors like supported, obviously, so there's a bunch of different ones in here. Just make sure. Where's that other list I was at? Why did it like turn to a big one? Oh, here we go. No, it's the same thing, whatever. Yeah, there's a lot of AMD ones in here and stuff too. Just make sure. Also new to you? Yeah, no. It's all good. It can be kind of confusing. Why did it turn to like a weird list? Oh, I guess it's just, okay. And then yeah, these are all the AMD ones. AMD CPUs are absolutely fine too. There's no need to be afraid of them. And yes, some of these, only specific ones, like you can see my CPU is supported. But yeah, it's just a CPU limitation thing. Really old CPUs tend to not support TPM 2.0, so that's the main thing to look for. Otherwise, everything else should be fine. Yeah, it's some kind of like newish, probably at least 10th gen laptop with 16 gigs of RAM should work pretty well. Doesn't have to be a brand new laptop or anything, but yeah. It still is not passing input. I really don't know why. I have a sub viewport as a direct child of the container. Yet, there is no input being passed. So I'm really not sure what's going on. There is also like a viewport texture or whatever, I think. Yeah, viewport texture. So I think you could do like a... You could just do a texture rect and then put the viewport texture in there, I think. Like that, and then just new viewport texture. And then you can select a viewport. So now this texture will just have whatever's in the viewport, like that. But it doesn't really solve my problem, so I don't know what I'm gonna do here. I swear like I've done this before, where I just have a sub-viewport container, and then a direct child of that is our sub-viewport, but I don't know. Just doesn't seem to work. Oh, Godot. Push input doesn't work, unfortunately. No. Maybe it's just that it's not receiving any unhandled input. Maybe just regular input it's receiving. Let's check on that. Nope. It is not receiving anything, so I don't know what to do. It's frustrating. Sucks. I really do want to use a sub viewport because it's gonna make this so much easier. But if I can't pass through input, then I guess I'm kind of screwed. Okay. Another idea we can do is this. Just make this a texture rect of a viewport texture, and then make the sub viewport our texture. And now this, we're not going to say keep size, we're going to say... Let's see, how are we going to do this? Or we just need this to be centered, like that. There we go. Can try that. And then we can have a script on this. And say function unhandled input. Push our child sub viewport dot push input. I don't think it's gonna work, but let's see. Let's restart the game. Yeah, I don't know. See what happens here. Nothing. I mean, at least it looks correct. Maybe this just needs to be set to stop mode now to actually receive the input. But I guess if it's receiving input, then it's not going to be unhandled input. It's just going to be input. Right? Unless I'm wrong in that understanding. Okay, what type of input functions are there? There's GUI input. Maybe that's my issue. Is that I'm just not passing the right kind of input. Let's try that. Still doesn't do anything. Let's create a canvas group instead by accident. This really should be a part of a canvas layer. Like that. Let's print out GUI. Okay, I can't even do GUI input. What other input can I do? Unhandled input, unhandled key input, input. So those are really the two. I mean, that's it. Let's just pass all of our inputs, including unhandled. Let's try this. I don't know what else to really do, because none of these are working. Might just have to give up the idea of a sub viewport, which really sucks, because it would be such a nice solution. But I just don't know what else we're gonna do. I mean, if I can't click the nodes, then it's not much use to us, right? Now nothing is working. I don't know what changed. Oh, right. No input being passed. What is this shortcut thing? Node, which must be a parent of the focus control for the shortcut to be activated. Okay. So stop doesn't do anything on this. Is it because of this stupid node? I would be so mad if it was, but... let's tell that node to be ignored for a minute. It'd be so infuriating if it was this node was blocking all the input. God, I hope it wasn't. Let's try it. Let's swap back to the other viewport. Sub viewport container. We're not gonna push anything in here. We're gonna detach the script. I really hope that wasn't the problem, because I'll look like a fool. Let's see. It could have been. We'll see, we'll see. No. Still not working. Mouse target doesn't do anything. No idea what is going on. Camera position doesn't matter because it's not a control node. It's just not receiving any input. I mean, I can print the mouse chords, I guess. But I can't even, though. That's the issue, is that there's just no input being passed. So it's not even a mouse coordinate thing. It's just like this container, for some reason, is not passing in input. I don't know what's wrong. I have it set to stop. Or maybe it's not supposed to be stop. Maybe pass. I mean, that's the default. So that doesn't work. I don't know. I mean, I think the ordering is fine here. I have this planets node off. I mean, I can delete this node just to make sure. What should be happening here is it's going to run through all this stuff. Let's check mouse on all of these. Pass. It'll skip past those because those are both set to... Well, let's stop, but this is the top, so that means that this should be input first, so... Pass, propagate, pass, propagate. Pass. 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 And pass. So this should be receiving input, right? Maybe it's just I gotta restart the game again? I don't know. I'm not sure what else I can do to make it receive input. I tried messing around with the push input thing, but it just, like, doesn't work. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with that. Somebody had this exact same issue where they're trying to create sub viewports and they said push input fix all their problems, but it's not doing anything for me. It's still behaving really weird. I mean, there's this whole thing, canvas layer and a viewport texture. Content over the screen, texture I can use a viewport texture. Put handling. Put events are passed to the viewport using push input. Of course. And everywhere that I look, it's that this sub viewport container node should be passing input. So, right, displays the content of an underlying sub viewport child. The sub viewport container forwards mouse enter and mouse exit notifications to its sub viewports. So it should be passing. It should be passing everything down. There's this propagate input event function, but it's experimental and it doesn't even do anything. Like, if the function is implemented, all events are propagated to sub-viewports. So every event that this sub-viewport container is receiving should be passed. And I can set this to stop. You'd think that would, like, change it, because then it's like, okay, it's stopping, so it's receiving those inputs, but it just doesn't matter. It doesn't do anything. And I can try moving these out of the canvas layer again, and it just doesn't matter. Still doesn't work. So I really don't know what to do at this point. I feel like I've got everything here fine. Oh my god. Okay, guys. It's fine now. I guess I enabled disable input one time, and that ruined everything. Okay. Whatever. It's fine now. Oh, but see, now it's not fine. So why? What did I change? Oh, I probably have to restart the game, because it's like, it resets the settings every time I open the menu. So let's do that. Yeah, control nodes are funky, guys, sometimes. I mean, they're cool. I do love that it lets you create nice UI that scales and stuff, but sometimes it's really frustrating to deal with. I still think it's probably a better UI system than any other engine I've used, but it can take some figuring out. Okay, well now we're good. So okay. We're back in business. Well, so I'm gonna rename that button in the options menu really quick from commands to cheats. It's under world. Commands button. That's gonna now say cheats. And then I'm gonna resave that save that I keep testing on, because I'm tired of it. I'm tired of having to manually set it. Okay. Okay. So, let's resave this world. Cheats true. Resave ABBA 3. And let's load back in. I mean, those saves are pretty old. So now cheats should be enabled. Yes. Now I can mess around and teleport. Alright, well thank God that we got this working. Because that gives us so much freedom. I also did move the camera node. Again, I really don't think that matters, but maybe it did matter, and that's why it wasn't working before. Who knows? I don't. So anyways, back to our camera script. We can finally clean things up and continue. So let's add some limits. So var zoom limit and var position limit. So I want to see if there's a way that I could just infinitely repeat this in the background or something. The star background. How would I do that? Let's see here. To think how I could do that. I don't think you can set a sub viewport background to an image. So that's not gonna work. I mean, it's fine. I just need to, I guess I'll just oversize the viewport and then limit the camera to, yeah. So we'll go make it 4K. Like that. And now we've got to move all these planets back in here. Or we can just grab them and move them, honestly. There we go. Okay, and then now on the camera, we want to set some limits. So default will be 340 divided by 2, which is just 1920 by 1080. So position limit is going to be... I wish I could do like a vector 4. Wait, there is a vector 4? Okay, I didn't know that existed. Then zoom limit is just going to be vector 2 of the minimum and maximum zoom levels. So 0.5 and let's say yeah, 0.5 and like 2. Probably somewhere around that. So down here I'll just say zoom dot clamp F between min and max zoom limit. What's the other one? Oh, min and max. There we go. So let's try that out. And then position limits, I'll have to figure out. Well, let's see, we want it to be, if our camera size is, we'll just figure out what value makes sense. We'll just set like a border around the edges that it can't pass over. Would also love to do some parallax to the background. I'm thinking about changing the, oh. Oh, these are supposed to be vectors. Oops. Okay. Also, I want the zooming to be smooth as well, which I don't think it is right now. So I might actually just change this into a zoom number. I gotta resave it. Whoops. Right, because you can see the zooming right now is stuttery. So yeah, let's just get rid of the zoom limit thing, or we can keep that, but let's say just var zoom level is 1. And then we modify the zoom level instead. And then this is where we say clamp F, zoom level. Okay. And now we're gonna say zoom is zoom.lerp to vector 2 zoom level 1 times delta. So now our zooming should also be smooth. I would like to re-implement our middle mouse button drag, so I'll probably do that. And let's also mess with position limits. So 1920 is going to be the starting position, so I want it to be basically 1920 minus 1920. Well, we'll do 1920, so wait, what's 1920 divided by 2? 960? Well, you can swizzle vectors in Godot, so you can do, okay. .xx, really? I'll have to try that. So this is min x, min y will be, I think 480. And then this is going to be 1920 plus 960 and 480. So let's calculate that. 2880. And 1080 plus 480, which is 1560. I always forget what swizzling does. Vector swizzle. It's basically a way to, like, is it just multiplying them, or what is it doing? Because, like, if I do, let's say I do position limit dot xx, does that create a new vector 2 with just x twice? Like that? Var stupid is that? Okay. Yeah, I could see how that could be useful. Okay, so I think everything in here seems good. We have to clamp the position now, so we're gonna say position dot clamp. Okay, so we actually have a min and max vector, so I'm just gonna break that up into two. So position min and position max. That should be a vector 2 now. So position min, position max. All right. So that'll clamp our position. This will clamp our zoom level. The zoom should be smooth now. Let's try it out. And we'll have to work on getting this all working with controller as well. The zooming and stuff before never worked with controller either, but now that it's going to be like a necessary thing to actually be able to navigate the solar system, I'm going to make it work. Let's make sure the limits are working. Oh my god, what? Okay, the limits did not work. Oh, it's probably because I didn't say position is equal to position.clamp. There we go. So that's the limit of our space, which feels pretty pretty fair, I would say. Yeah. And the zooming is smooth now, but it is like way too smooth, so I'm gonna up that to like 5. It's feeling better, maybe even more though. Like 10. And same with like the speed on the camera. I don't really want any of this smoothing stuff to be like overbearing, because if you have too much smoothing, it can just make things feel like bad to use. It's like a little bit of smoothing is nice, and with the zooming and stuff, but yeah, I don't want to go overboard. That's feeling pretty nice, though. I could decrease the speed a little bit on the smoothing, the positional smoothing. That feels nice. So that's our maximum zoom level. All right. So let's make a shader for our star background, because I think that'll give us a lot more freedom with how we visually display this. So let's do star background, material, new material. Call this, what do we call this? Star launcher background. Teeth are just hardened bats sleeping upside down. Yeah, I guess I agree. Teeth are pretty weird. Okay, so we're gonna say color is equal to texture, color, screen UV. What do you mean? Texture, color, screen UV. I probably just did it wrong. Do you do UV first? Sampler, and then a... Oh. Yeah, I'm stupid. I did get the clicking working, yeah. I just had to kind of finagle it a little bit, but we got it. We got it set up. Ooh. Excuse me, guys. Okay, so now we can put a parameter in here. Okay. So in game, does it work yet? No. We're gonna have to compile the shader, I think, before we can get it to work. Seems like screen position stuff. We'll see when we actually like move it and stuff. I don't know what's gonna happen here. Let's try it. It does not work on controller yet, but well, the clicking does, but I'm going to work on that. Let's try this out. What did I name the stream? Adding stormy weather? We'll have to get around to that, I guess. Okay, good. So that stays static. That is what I want. So we're going to do some parallaxing, you'll see. So let's go back into our shader. Also, is this going to have issues? Doesn't seem to, which is interesting. I guess technically this viewport is a static size, so I can just correct it for that. So we'll just say times 0.1777 or whatever it is. What's the value? This. So we'll just say times vec2 that and 1. So you can see what it's done down there now. And also, we have to say on this, repeat enable. And now we also make it seamless. Okay. Now we can play around. We can modify frequency and stuff. And yeah. Looks like TV static. So now this should be, yeah, should be good. Kind of wish there's a way to know where people are going in the Star Launcher. Yeah. It would be cool if it showed like a little icon, or if you clicked on a planet, it showed who was on that planet. Now that we're going through and modifying the Star Launcher menu, you know, that's something I might actually take a look at doing. Also, I've been thinking, while we're here, this is probably a good time to increase the size of our menu. You know? I think it's time. Because we need to be able to see more now, right? So it's odd that that's not vertically doing its thing. What do I have on this for size? There we go. Is that a raid? What's up, Goop? Yeah, a little late. Nah, it's all good. Don't worry. Welcome in. I saw the that I'm in your thing, so that's cool. I wasn't sure if I was like supposed to or not, because it, like, you know, the whole idea with it is it's like showcasing like demos or like unfinished games. But I figured Starground is early access, so it's probably okay. Hopefully. Okay. Just making sure. I didn't want to accidentally sign up for something I wasn't supposed to. Because, you know, Starground's technically already on Steam. So I wasn't sure if that would, like, disqualify the game or not. But, yeah. Oh, you did? Okay. Just making sure I didn't mess up. Let's also do a... Or it has to be uniform. Uniform camera pause. And that's going to be vec2. So this is so we can keep track of our camera position and then also do our parallaxing. So now inside of our camera 2D, we're going to tell this set or dot material dot set shader parameter. Camera pause with our position. So hopefully that'll work. I don't know. Now we can say our UV times that plus camera position for our parallaxing. So that should work. We'll see if it does. Snooze that. Bought a copy of Starground 2. Well, thank you very much. Appreciate it. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm excited to see. Like, you know, I think I totally agree with a lot of things you've mentioned with that. Is like, it's so hard to like actually know what it's like for people playing the game for the first time and stuff, you know? That's always been something really hard to test, because it's like a lot of the times game development just kind of feels like throwing things at the wall and hoping that they're gonna stick, but not knowing if they actually are or not. Because yeah, it's just you probably get what I'm saying, but I think it's very helpful to actually be able to watch and learn from people's interactions with the game, you know? Like, I know I lurk here and I don't really, yeah, don't pay attention to details. Yeah, I think, like, you know, actually playing the game is probably a way different thing from just knowing about it. So, yeah. But no, that'll be cool. I'm excited to watch. I'll have to wake up early. It's at, like, you said 8 a.m. EST, right? So that's, for me, that's pretty early, but yeah, I'll be up. Need a factory game? Yes. This is a Starground. It's kind of a combo of automation and dungeon crawling. So this is the factory side of things. You can place down conveyors and collect resources and stuff, and then you can also go into the dungeons. Right now I'm currently working on this shader for the background of our Star Launcher menu, so just need to modify a small little thing here in the code. We just need to have a sensitivity value. So that's gonna be a float. Sensitivity. And then now I can go in here and modify that number. So we can keep it really low just so the position doesn't affect the parallaxing too bad. And then we can choose how fast it scrolls. 8 a.m. EST is the start time. That'll be playing them in order from the blog. Okay. Well, I appreciate that, yeah. Yeah, because 8 a.m. EST is 6 a.m. for me, I think. Yeah, so that'll be pretty early, but it's okay. I'll have edited videos of each of the games. Okay, that's nice too. Yeah, I would appreciate that. I should be. Honestly, what I might do is just stay up. I think I'm going to do that. I think I'll just stay awake. So yeah, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Okay, sick. This is looking good. One thing though that I've noticed is that the camera position is not the same as the actual, like, smoothing position. So instead of just saying position, I need to say, like, I think it's like get, it's something in here. So thank you for the spin. There's, like, I've done this before with cameras where you have to actually get, like, the real position of the camera. It might just be get screen center position. I think that's what I want. So now if we resave this, let's check and see. Yeah, there we go. Now it's taking into account the smoothing that we have. So here's our parallax. It's working. It's maybe still a little fast, so I'm probably gonna decrease it even more. But I hate using tiny little baby values, so let's because it's already 0.0001, so let's divide this by 1,000 just right off the bat. And hopefully that'll be a little easier. I don't think it's backwards, it just looks like it is. But I mean, it might be. We'll load it and we can change it to a minus if we need to, so. What's with the chair on the left? It's the lore is that Oshik a long time ago wanted a webcam for the chair, but it didn't make any sense because I'm on my chair, so I just put it in the corner as an image. I don't know why the second chair ended up there one day. I think it just did. Yeah, but now it's a 3D model in our overlay, so you can spin it. Hold on, I just watched it. No, I mean it's I usually stay up pretty late anyways, so it's probably easier for me if I'm being honest. But yeah. Okay, now this is like nothing. So 0.1. That's a pretty nice value. So yeah, parallax is confusing, but I think this is right. Because basically like we want these to be moving in the same direction. So I think that's what we want. Now I could change this to a negative value just to see what inverse parallax looks like, but I think you can see it looks kind of wrong. You know, it just doesn't look right. I mean, it's kind of cool. I could see using this effect for like a specific type of UI, but it's weird. I think this is more what we want. So yeah. So we got ads starting in a minute, guys. My apologies. It'll be over soon, I promise. So now that we are using a shader, guys, we can go crazy mode. We can make this cool. Let's open up Krita. Yeah, right. That's, I think, the effect that you kind of get from that. It's like, it looks like it's like the camera's kind of going like this, which it's a cool effect, but yeah, I don't think it's really what I'm aiming for with this, at least. So. You'll fatigue this my comprehension either? Yeah, no, it's all good. And now we have ads. My apologies, guys. Oh my god, flashbang. Okay, this is just so I can grab the colors here. So we're gonna use this as the black color. So this is gonna be sort of like just the background, like space. So I want this to be pretty dim, kind of like that, honestly. Set that to cubic. We can mess with the fractal and all that stuff. Probably make it larger. We could go to like ridged. Looks cool. So hey, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Ping pong is also cool. We'll go ridged for this. So now what we could do, like this kind of almost behaves as stars, but it doesn't look quite right, obviously. So let's save this. This will just be the background, and then we're going to create another one that uses a little bit of a different shader. Here, I'm just going to do this. So I'm going to create a new control node. That's going to be our background. We're going to say for I in background get children. We're going to say I.material, that's set camera position. All right. So we're saying get ads. I'm not going to complain about that. I would not either. Yeah. Now this has to be set to full rect. So we can call this like nebula or something. And now we can add more things back here. So we got nebula. We can add, so this could be like our star layer. I do have to think about how we're going to do that in terms of the shader. But I think we'll make a new shader for that. I'm just going to copy this one. Then let's make unique recursive, including that, actually. Now I can save as star. Okay. And then mess with all these in here. So we're going to completely change this noise around. This is going to fade out to transparent, and this will be white. So you can kind of see the effect here. And with constant like that, this is how we can get like stars, right? So we just set the value really low, and then we increase our noise frequency a lot. Kind of like that. And now we don't really need the ridge stuff anymore, any of it, really. Alright, so we got stars. We'll keep messing around with this. So ads are over. Sorry about that, guys. So now I'm also going to say right here, filter nearest, so that the stars are like pixely. Yeah. You can see what that looks like now. So we're getting there. You can see, though, that the scale of the stars is kind of odd. So let's increase our resolution here. Like that. Now you can start to see it shaping up. Tried going without turbo and I just couldn't. That's fair, yeah. Yeah, I try to avoid stuff like that, like with the YouTube Premium subscription, but it's hard. I mean, I'm not paying for it now, but I'm tempted to, you know? I hate getting ads on YouTube. And this should be correcting for... Looks like we're just getting a little bit of weird pixel stuff, but I think it's fine. It'll work itself out. So we're just taking a noise texture, tinting it blue, and calling it a day. Yeah. Basically. Just doing it in multiple layers, yeah. So yeah, we'll have this be sort of the same backdrop here. See, and this should also be... So we'll call this one stars. And then we can have another layer kind of on top, and this one will be... call this like dust or something. It's just going to be another layer that's like moving around. So let's see here. So like smooth. So we're going to make that transparent. And you can already see the effect. But it gets better. Just wait, guys. So we're going to make this unique again. Oh, I messed up. Wait. Oh god. This is not supposed to be transparent. Before I do that, I have to say make unique recursive on all of it. Alright. Now save this as Star Launcher Nebula Dust or something, I don't know. So now we can make one side transparent, and we can also make this move. So plus time. And now you can see what that does. Obviously that's way too fast, so we're going to have uniform float direction. Or it's actually going to be a vec2. And we're going to say plus time times direction. Like that. So now I can tell this nebula cloud layer to move, right? We can say minus 0.01 or something. And we'll set this to be really slow, because, I mean, I don't want this to be moving too fast. It's supposed to be a very slow ambient thing in the background. And now we can change our noise texture again. So let's change the color on this. This should really be like... Now we can go crazy with the color, because we can do whatever we want. We could do kind of like a blue nebula color, or really anything. I guess we need to decide on what is the color of our solar system background, or I guess our galaxy. I think on the other one, what I did is like a dark blue, kind of like this. Or we have another background that kind of looks like this, so... probably do that, or maybe increase that up to this color, like that. That looks nice. And with this interpolation, we can also just decrease the like density of it, like that, and that looks pretty cool. I'm pretty happy with where that's at. And this will all have parallax too, right? So nebula, that's going to be sensitivity 0.1. Which, actually, I might drop that even more. Say 0.05 for that. and the stars, and then the dust will have a little bit higher, like 0.1. So now watch this. When we load into the game, it'll tie it all together. I probably could merge all these shaders into one, but I don't know. It's fine. So let's check this out. Shaders are kind of awesome. Not gonna lie, guys. Maybe I'll even change the main menu background to be a shader, just to animate it and stuff, because it'd be sick. Alright, so now you can see the shader in action. And then when we move around, you can see the parallaxing. So the like nebula dust layer is kind of moving a little bit faster than the backdrop, so it looks like it's closer to us. And we could even, if we wanted to, we could add another layer that actually overlaps on top of the planet, so that's like another little dust layer, just to kind of make it look like these planets are sandwiched in between two layers of dust. But we don't need to go that far. I mean, I think this one's probably okay for now. It's also, it seems like the stars here are funny. There's like a weird void down here. I don't know what that's all about. Let's change the type in here. It's seamless, but we can set it to be, might be because of our blend skirt. Definitely changes things, though. Honestly, on this, we don't even need it to be seamless, so. Invert. I think we're pretty much good. Ah. And this kind of chooses our star density. We could also do multiple colors of stars. It's easy to do, actually. We just do like this, and then just change the color on it so that we can have multiple star types. So we have the white stars, we have the more bluish stars, and then, yeah, and maybe desaturate these a little bit. So this is what it looks like in here. Not bad. I do like how it looks, and we can go to the space hub or whatever, and because this is the background that we already have, so basically it's just sort of emulating that a little bit. We could emulate the like clamping that I have here instead of it being like foggy. It'd be pretty easy to do. We just say on the dust layer here, instead of this being cubic, we set it to constant. So now it's like that. But I don't like the look of that as much, you know? I mean, it's cool and all, but I feel like it's kind of cooler when it's like smooth. So, you know, we could do like this and stuff, and maybe even lower the opacity. I mean, it's not bad by any means, but yeah, I think it's cooler when it's, you know, cubic. I wonder how I feel now about, with all these changes, that this shader that's doing like the VCR look. I do wonder how I feel about that. You can see what it looks like without it. Also, I don't know why our stars are still kind of vertically squashed. I do need to look at that. I mean, it shouldn't be this, but maybe it is. I mean, if I increase that, it should fix it, but it's not, which is interesting. It's still vertical. Excuse me. If I squash the vertical, does it fix it? Whoa, okay. Okay. That might be our issue here. So that probably has to be 1. No, because that also squashes it then. Does 1 fix it? Okay, we just need to keep it at 1. That's fine. Thank you, gamers. I appreciate it. Okay, now those stars are looking good. We could technically also, like, make them high-fidelity stars instead of pixels, but I kind of like how it looks, though, as pixels. Keeps us grounded to the pixel art style, you know? So we go back over to here now. Actually, it's not going to update until we restart. It's fine. I should probably enable MIP mapping, I think. Filtus nearest MIP map, and I think that'll help with the the small stars. I don't know what anisotropic filtering is. But we could try it. Ugh. Yeah, what's that little emote? That's sick. Okay, let's check this out. And we could use this exact same shader on the main menu and in the Space Hub if we want to, since the tech has improved. I do like how the little pixel stars look, I think. Yeah, that's not bad. Now the clicking and stuff in here works again, thank God. Yeah. Okay. I guess we could get a more even or more... no, it's fine. I think it's good. Now we can also have these parallax with like the zooming in and out too. So... Is that a viewport? Yes, it is. So this is a sub viewport that I'm using for the UI here. And it just gives me a lot of flexibility because now what I can do is like, I'm just using a regular old camera node in here to do all the movement stuff, right? To like move around and zoom in and out. And so I just get all the nice to haves with that, like the position smoothing and the zooming smoothing and just all the stuff. So it's pretty nice. It's cool. I make a card game that uses viewports like that. Yeah, viewports are definitely cool. Because it's so easy to, you know, it lets you like, how do I describe it? Like, you have a whole world in here, but it's also a control node at the same time. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's really cool. It's nice. And then I also want to change this a little bit in here. Not the background or with the dust. I want to make it a little denser. Love the apple glass effect. Oh yeah, that's the what do you mean by it? Oh, with the background here with the blur. Yeah. Yeah, that's also a shader. I can show you that shader. It's not too bad. It's actually incredibly simple. I'll show you. It's crazy. So here's the shader. That's it. You can copy this and use it if you want. So all it is that there's this thing with, so you can grab the screen texture and then just set the LOD level, right? So it's really cool. It's hard to notice, but I even have it animated, the LODing. So look at when I first open a UI. Do you see how it's really hard to tell because it's such a subtle thing, but it starts crisp and then slowly fades into the blur. So it's really cool. That's what I just have this. Basically, this is just a texture rect. It's grabbing the screen texture and just blurring it. So it's really easy. You can see initially I set it to 0, and then I start a tween to slowly lerp it toward 1.25. So it's really cool. Yeah, shaders are awesome, guys. I keep saying it every time. But it's true. But yeah, it's super easy. Feel free to copy this. I can send it to you too if you want. And I just have a parameter here that's just LOD. You don't even need this technically. This is just so I can animate the blur, but you could just set this to a hard-coded value in here if you want to, but yeah. It's pretty cool though. Yeah, the LOD is nice because it's basically just no performance impact. I mean, barely any. There's a lot of other blur shaders and stuff that do it, but like they basically copy and render the same thing multiple times over itself, and so it tends to be very laggy. But this shader's great because it's technically faster. You're just creating a LOD, and it's cool. But yeah, it's very nice. Ultra simple shader, but it just works so well and runs so well. There's no reason not to use it. I do have it in the corner here, which you guys can probably tell that it's blurring the corner here, but yeah, I haven't bothered fixing it. I could change the shape of this blur away from a rectangle into like whatchamacallit, like the actual, like a texture image that's the shape of the UI, but I don't really care. Nobody can even tell, honestly. You have to really look for it. All right, but yeah, I think this menu is looking a lot nicer now. It's not the plain black stars anymore. And I do like the depth that we get with this. Copy, thanks. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, it's nice. It's a nice little shader. Then yeah, you just drop it on a material on a texture rect or a color rect, and that's it. So it would be cool if these planets had an outline, wouldn't it? Because you see how I like how the space hub kind of looks against the backdrop. I wonder if we could implement that. It would be kind of hard because a lot of these planets are in separate layers, where like this, you know, the asteroid belt of Opus is technically a different layer, but it would be sick. I wonder if there's a way I can do that. I wonder now that since we have this like camera movement stuff set up, maybe I should space out these planets a little more, you know? Just to give ourselves some breathing room in here. Probably will. Let's do that right now, actually. The only thing I have to go off of is this little sub-viewport window. I wish I could actually see it. I mean, technically you can temporarily pull this out like that or whatever and then see it, or there's a way to do it somehow, but yeah, it is a little annoying. So yeah, let's space these things out just a little more. You know, it's supposed to be a solar system, you know? Opus can go over there. Space hub. I think that'll be nicer. So a higher LOD will make it more blurred. Basically a LOD of 0 is just like no LOD at all. But 1 is like a pretty decent LOD, and then as you go up, it just gets more blurry. So I haven't really messed with extreme values of it, so I don't know how insane it gets if you do like a LOD of 10 million or whatever. I don't know what happens, but it probably just looks like one solid color at a certain point, you know? Look at all this breathing room. I do kind of like these being more spaced out from each other a little bit. I mean, I don't want to make it annoying to have to go select the planets, but we're going to have more and more planets in here, so it kind of gets annoying to select them when they're all in one dense cluster. I also don't know why this one's so far away from the space hub, you know, it's weird. It's like way spaced out over here. It should be able to work on a panel, I think. So yeah, I think you can do it on anything that basically you can visually see. So a panel, what you can do for a panel, well, I don't know if you can do that with a LOD. I have an idea on how you could do that with a panel, if you want to see my concept here. Let me create a panel, and I'm just gonna run an experiment here. So styles, let's create a style for a panel, and let's give this specifically a corner radius of like 50, right? Yeah, so you can see how it's like smooth on the edge. I think that we can replicate that. So let's do shader material. Just do a new LOD test. And now let's go copy our blur shader really quick. Boom. Back in here, wherever it was. Where did my node go? There it is. So I think normally with this shader, it's going to... No. Never mind. Yeah, it just works. So yeah, it will get cut off on the corners. I thought it would not, so I was going to say you'd probably have to multiply it by the alpha of this panel or whatever, but I guess it's fine. So, cool. Yeah, so you can cut it off cleanly like that, which is cool. Actually, is this working? Why is it, like, invisible? So what is this doing? It's grabbing screen texture. Oh, right. It's going to grab whatever underneath it, I think. So I think we have to... probably change the position of this. So it's interesting. It seems like it's cutting off everything below it. But yeah, it doesn't seem to actually be like blurring. Because if we look at our blur texture over here, just to take it out of here, I guess it's not working here either. Well, this blur probably only works when it's actually grabbing from what's underneath the UI on the screen. I don't know if it'll work grabbing because screen texture is... I don't think screen texture includes the texture of... Actually, if we upped the ordering, then maybe it would work. I don't know. You might have to do this if it's like a layer on top of another control element. You might have to do another canvas layer that's above it. Like if I do a canvas layer here, then add the panel to that, and then set the layer value to be higher or whatever. Lower values drawn back on higher values, set that to like 4. And now I do it here. This might work. Oh, also it'd help if I actually increase the LOD value. Yeah, so that does work. And it does work with panel containers. I mean, it's just you've got to make sure with like depth ordering stuff that it's above of what you're trying to blur. You can see that it is applying to the corners. So yeah, it should work. It's just make sure that it's above your thing that you're modifying. Because basically what you would do is this, where like you have the blur, and then you have another panel that's the same panel on top without the shader. That's essentially how you do it. So you have panel 2 here, and then this panel has to have visibility, a lower opacity like that. So this is how you would do it. You got your blur, and you might not have to do this in a separate canvas layer. Let's test that right now to see, because it would be annoying. So let's put this in one canvas layer and just put it down here. Put it down at the bottom. Accidentally moved them out of the margin. It's hard to tell. Let's yeah, it is definitely behaving odd. Yeah, I think it's just because what it's doing is it's blurring with the background. So you will have to do it on another canvas layer if you're going to have a blur on top of another thing that's blurring, you know? But if your game is just like, I mean, I wonder if there's another way to do it though, because screen texture, does it just have to do with the ordering? No. But there's another thing here. It's a canvas group. And this might do it. Because I think with a canvas group, you can like change. No. Canvas modulate layer. Yeah, I don't know. This might be really the only way to do it, is to have another canvas layer on top. So, because it definitely works with that second canvas layer like that. Yeah, because I think it's just all of this stuff, this one canvas layer all draws in one batch. So like all of this UI will become one texture. And so if you have these nodes on that texture trying to access the screen texture, it's not going to be grabbing that. It's going to be grabbing the texture before that was drawn, right? Now, technically, you might be able to move everything into their own canvas groups and then change the ordering, and that might work. But otherwise, I think the easiest route is just going to be creating another canvas layer. You could just have a couple different canvas layers for like your different things, like have a base one on top for like things in front of that, and then another one for like pop-up menus and stuff that should blur all of that. It does kind of complicate things a bit, you know, but I don't know if there's any other way to do it. Because you need to be able to access this stuff as the texture that it is, right? So yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm trying to think if there's any other way to do it. Just canvas groups. You'd think putting it at the end of the rendering queue would like do it, but it doesn't seem to. It just kind of weirdly fades in. Because what it's doing is it's blurring the stuff back here into this. So that's why it looks weird. Why it looks like it's just... Because normally this will just like turn into like a little blurred window of what's behind this UI. Which is kind of weird that it works like that, but yeah. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't think there's any other way to do it. I mean, there's screen texture. That's really the only way you can do it with the LODs, so... Yeah. So there are limitations to it, but it is a cool effect still, nonetheless. While you're using it, works great, and I think typically setting this up, I should use a color texture rect anyways. Yeah. Well, I think it's going to be that same behavior no matter what node you use, whether it's a color rect or anything or texture rect. I don't think the panel is the problem. I think it's just the way that it accesses screen texture or how everything gets rendered. Because like if you draw it out in like in terms of like a visual tree of what happens when, is like the very first thing that gets drawn is going to be our like our world canvas or whatever, like the node 2D area. And then that's going to move up to your canvas layer here. And then, because the thing is like, if you have, these can only access the layer below it. So it's going to be like that. So if you have a node on here, even if it's after all the other nodes in the tree or whatever, like this, it's still going to be referencing this layer for its blurring. So yeah, I mean, the solution to it is just make another canvas layer that has a higher value so that it can actually access this as the screen texture, right? But yeah, I could see that could be annoying, so it just depends on the setup of your game, whether that would be a valid thing to do or not. But yeah. Let's learn that that modern GPUs can handle non-powers of 2 mid-maps. Yeah, I guess they can. I wonder how... I don't even really know how mid-mapping works. I mean, I know that it's just generating a smaller version of the sprite, right? Like, it's just creating a tiny... Yeah. Like, just lowering, basically, the resolution of the sprite so that you don't have them more patterns. Yeah. So yeah, that's interesting. I guess modern GPUs then can handle, like, float sizes of textures. Or must... I guess it probably just does rounding for the sizes, right? Where it just straight up calculates, like, okay, my texture's that times 0.8 or whatever, and it just either drops or rounds up for the texture size there. I don't know. You'd have to see... Yeah, mid-mapping is cool. You probably get a cleaner mid-map if you don't do fractional stuff, but I don't know. Maybe it does some funky stuff where it can, like, display half-pixel resolutions or something. I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know enough about, what's the Vulkan? That's what Godot uses. So probably, like, you'd have to dive into how Vulkan actually does its mid-map rendering. But yeah. Man, graphics stuff is cool, guys. I haven't been on Shader Toy in a while. There's so many cool things on Shader Toy. I have no idea how people do this. It's kind of insane. Like, how do you come up with this stuff? How do you do this? I mean, it's all right in here, and you can... Oh god, I don't have hardware acceleration on in my browser right now. But yeah, this is weird. There's a lot of math. Like, this stuff just looks so crazy. Oh yeah, this is the Apple Glass thing. This is a cooler effect than what I have. But my effect probably runs faster, so that's more important to me. Yeah, I follow a couple people on X, Xor being one of them. Oh yeah. Yeah, I haven't used X in a while. I haven't really used a lot of social media in a long time. I mean, unless you count YouTube as social media. I mean, it technically is, but I count YouTube more as a streaming service than social media. Social media to me is like... I don't know. Where do you draw the line? I have no idea. Sometimes I do go on Blue Sky, but it's basically only to either post about Starground or just go like Graham's posts. The thing that I love about Blue Sky versus X is like, it's so easy to hide all the garbage. Like if I don't want to see trending, I just hide. It's gone. So I just go to only posts and I only look at things that of people that I've followed. Like here we go. Right? and then it's good. This is all the stuff that's been posted recently of people I follow. I look at it, I close it because I don't want to look at anything else. That's kind of nice. People that like scroll Twitter or X, whatever you call it, for hours and hours, it's, I mean, I get it, I sympathize, but man, it's a time waste. Yeah. That's the way I do it, yeah. I think it's the good way to do it. Yeah, I do like your post, actually, yeah. You can add Firefox to the list of apps in Windows settings. Firefox. Graphics settings? I purposely turned it off on Chrome for a specific reason. So it's not like a computer hardware acceleration thing. It's just in Chrome. When you stream on Discord with hardware acceleration on, sometimes certain videos and stuff go black. So you have to turn off hardware acceleration. But I think your last post, I gotta take a look at it. +2 or -2? Let's go see. That's all notifications. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that one, yeah. I give that a +2, yeah. That's Chrome. Yeah, this is Chrome. It does look like Firefox, yeah. Yeah, I purposely have it off because don't tell the government. But sometimes I like to streaming websites with my friends, guys. I can just turn it on right now. Let's go do it. Graphics. Boom, relaunch. It's probably gonna like start playing videos and stuff. Now we're good. Now we're here. Now I can go back to Shader Toy and browse normal. Oh yeah. 180 FPS. Is a cool shader. Another cloudy tunnel. Why does it say warning? It's crazy that people make these shaders. I mean, I guess I am also making shaders, but this stuff that's like 3D is really hard for me to conceptualize. I don't know. You know what I mean? It's cool though, it's really cool. Saw someone using these shaders in their IDE. Oh yeah, that's actually kind of sick. Just as like a background. It'd be really easy to implement that. Yeah. Lover 2. Okay, this stuff is insane to me. How people can create like frickin' cellular automata in a shader? How do you do that? I don't know how people do that kind of stuff. Shader, like visual, like pure visual stuff to me makes sense, but then like, I don't know, man. It's crazy. Check out Zordev's latest. I can check that out. Zordev. Oh yeah. This is a shader? How, dude? Right is pretty sick. I mean, this is the shader right here. It's just insane. I don't know. I don't know how people do it, man. Yeah, as a background with the frosted glass overlay. Oh, that's cool, yeah. The shaders, when they render it like this, it's just two triangles and the shader draws all of it, or they're scenes of many polygons. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's just I don't know, man. It's pretty insane. This is why, like, shaders to me is, like, just insane. Really cool technology. Like, there's an entire universe of visuals and things that you could do with shaders. Like, what is this? How do you do this, man? Minecraft generation shader in a tweet. It's just like, you know? I don't know. It's really cool, though. I feel like I could learn about shaders for the rest of my life, you know what I mean? There's just so many cool things that you can do with it. It's really crazy. Apple Glass is, like, not a good look. I saw that and I'm like, I can't read that, man. Yeah. It's like, this is unreadable. They need to apply, like, some kind of darkness to it. Like, that's basically what I do in Starground, is that everything's like a gray Apple Glass thing, so... Oops. Is this a shader? This is one thing I hate about, Twitter. Sometimes it's... Oh, Godot. Sometimes it's hard to, like, actually find their posts. This is a smoke shader. It's so crazy. What is this? How do you even do that, man? And are they seriously doing this with no, like, textures? Because that's even more insane. Like, just straight up... Frickin'... How? I don't know, man. It's pretty crazy. Yeah. Ugh. Insane. I mean, imagine making a whole game that's just shaders like this. That'd be super cool. And there's some really interesting stuff too. Like, a lot of these you could just throw in like a variable and then change it to like simulate like a camera moving around and stuff. So like these could be like real spaces that you're physically in, but it's just a bunch of little funny numbers. I guess that is exactly what all visuals on computers are, if you think about it. But it's, I don't know, this feels different though. Anyways, enough of my shader gushing. It's just really cool. And I wish I was smart enough to do cooler things with shaders. I can do some basic baby stuff, you know, where I plop down some textures and make them move and stuff, but I don't know, I can't do... That's nothing, you know? Love and use apples. I'm sad they announced something so bad. I mean, yeah, I don't know why they're even doing that. I mean, I'm hoping that it's something I can change. But I like the black, just the blurred solid black thing. I don't know why they have to make it impossible to read. Oh, another great person on X. Oh yeah. We can take a look at some posts real quick. Yeah, just more crazy stuff. Yeah, this looks like more fractal stuff. Like, this is crazy, though. And you just post all the code on here to do it? I don't know how people do it, man. This is so wild. I mean, it makes more sense with fractals, since fractals are just, like, numbers visually represented. So I could understand how somebody would do that a little easier, maybe. But, yeah. Because this just looks like the Mandelbrot set. Or at least something similar to that. It is insane how cool numbers look when you visually represent them. Like how functions look, you know? It's pretty insane. Yeah. Cool stuff. It's the one we already saw. Yeah, fractals are really cool too. Yeah, the cube one's really sick. I do like that. Whole little universe in there, yeah. There's one person that I follow on Twitter. What's their name again? That also does shader stuff, but it's typically more like, I guess like practical shaders. It's not really like, let me log in and go take a look. Is this them? Yeah. Celestial Maze. They actually do more like Blender nodes rather than like programming, and so it's kind of interesting. I can show you some posts by them. I already forgot. Celestial Maze. But they do some really cool ones too. And this is, yeah, it's mainly more node-based stuff, but it's still really impressive. I wish I could actually see the ones. Like stuff like this with Blender nodes. It's really cool. And they also do like these little like almost like tutorial videos where it kind of shows like the different textures and stuff that they use to generate them like this, which is really interesting too. Because technically you could follow a tutorial like this and create these same effects. I mean, obviously it's difficult to, but it's cool though. Tweens. I do love me some tweens. Like, this is super sick. Godot. Whoa. Yeah, they do all sorts of cool stuff. I guess they're working on, some node stuff. I don't know. Low spec. Whoa, 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 whoa. What? That's cool. This is the thing I hate about Twitter. I can't find their posts. Like, there's a couple, but then it's all just filled with retweets. And even though I'm on posts, I guess go to media, but then it doesn't show like the text posts, so it's just frustrating. Hate X, dude. Yeah, anyways, cool shaders. I wonder you could actually utilize those as game mechanics. Yeah. Say, Mass Faction, thank you for the follow. There's some really interesting ones in here, but and like I guess it's because they're like being texture-based, I feel like it's easier to integrate that kind of thing into a game engine and modify it easily on the fly. The code ones are cool, but when it's hard-coded, obviously you lose a lot of flexibility, so... Yeah, those ones are cool, but there's a lot in here that are really interesting. I gotta, like, find those. Stuff like this is always really cool, just like... You know, and it's like shows you, like, it's just some Perlin noise, scale it, displace it with more. It's really interesting, because you could do all of this inside of a shader in Godot and apply this effect to something, you know? So it's really cool. I could see how you could do this, right? Just watching this video, I could probably achieve this kind of effect. So, it's just cool. This looks like the force field in Starground. But this looks way more cool. Next up, compute shaders. Yeah. Oh, man. What are even compute shaders? Oh, is that like computing with your CPU or something? Or is this different? What is a compute shader? Execution units of vertex shaders and pixel shaders on GPU were not limited to execution on one class or device. Okay. So, like, it goes beyond just graphical stuff. Right? Interesting. I need to watch this. This would be a good video to watch. This person does some cool stuff. Coding. Is their name Coding Adventure? I can't remember. I don't think it is. Yeah, Sebastian League or Sebastian
Hello and
Lagoo, whatever. There's some really cool shader videos that he's done. And also not specifically just shader stuff, but also like this one that's just like rendering 3D fluids and stuff. There's a lot of cool videos in here. I would check this out. And like the thing is he goes over all of the code. So theoretically you could, they're basically like technically a tutorial video. But yeah, they're pretty sick. I need to watch this one. It's a new one that came out. Simulating RAM. It's just crazy. Crazy stuff, guys. Anyways. But yeah. Oh yeah, and Ace Roller too. He's got some cool stuff. I'll stop delaying the inevitable work on Starground. Well, this menu's working for now. I'll go through and make this work with the controller and just be easier to navigate, but it's time though for more shaders. Actually, yeah, more shaders. So I want to add rain to the new planet. Or not rain, it's not going to be raining, but like weather on Opus. So let's go to, I guess it's not, yeah. So we have this one rain particle emitter thing for, this is for Viridian, but it's not going to rain on Opus. It's going to be different. So we're going to change that to, if we go back to our player, we're just going to add another layer that can appear for when a thunderstorm actually starts. So let's go work on that. We already did this shader for the background of Opus, so it's going to be almost kind of like that, but a little different. And I'm just going to have in here like another layer for when there's storms on Opus. I was like, okay, the shader rabbit hole. Yeah, it's fun. The shaders are so cool. That's okay, we're going to do more. Can we have half planet sized reverse lightnings? Half planet sized. Yeah, how does lightning behave on a gas giant? I like these. These are crazy. So it comes up from the, it goes up, set it down. That's basically what it's gonna be then. Jupiter lightning storm. We need to figure out how that's gonna work. How does lightning work on gas giants? I'm not interested in AI mode. I don't want to be hallucinated. Is there any mention of lightning in here? Yeah. Tristal thunderstorm, condensation release heats, yeah. Convection. We use lightning to signal to us where the convection is happening. Functions similarly to Earth. So that's interesting. So I guess it's basically kind of the same. What is this? Luminous rings. Yeah, it seems like they're almost like more like a dot than like a bolt. Because I guess the thing with lightning in a gas giant, normally on Earth, when lightning strikes, it's because it's descending from the clouds and the charge difference between the ground and the clouds is causing the lightning to strike down, right? But in a gas giant, there is no ground, so everything's going to have a very similar charge, right? Unless I'm wrong. So it means that lightning isn't necessarily always going to be coming from top to down. Like, it might be like this, where it's more of like a circle, you know? It's weird. Like particularly ghostly today? Do you mean my background fading in, or just do you mean I look ghoulish? Disturbance. Yeah, so it's basically almost more like an EMP pulse than a bolt of lightning. I'm fading out, yeah. Sometimes the background thing does that, G-force, like I go semi-transparent. Sometimes you can kind of tell if I'm like in front of text. I'm not semi-transparent right now. Yeah, it's weird. I don't know why it does that. It's kind of odd. Yeah, I'm trying to, here we go. Lightning across the solar system. Those flashy signs of lightning. Very strong lightning. Yeah, most of the Jupiter's lightning is around the planet's higher latitudes. Oh, so that's interesting. So it's going to be more on like the poles of the planet. Yeah. So they freeze ice particles get separated, building a charge. Okay. See, yeah, it's hard to visualize what it would be like, but I guess there is no like directionality to it. It's just going to be kind of like a glowy blob of lightning going out in all the directions, right? Like kind of like this, right? Where it's just going to scatter. So, I mean, Starground doesn't have to be super scientifically accurate, but it would be cool if I could kind of, you know, understand the mechanisms behind it a little bit. Because, yeah, obviously on Earth it just goes from top down, but there is no top down on Jupiter. It's cool that Jupiter's like blue. It's crazy. So yeah, it's just gonna be like a ball of lightning. It's not gonna necessarily like... It'll be almost like this, right? Where it just kind of goes up in a random direction. So we can try and sort of emulate that, I think. And obviously for the actual, like, when your buildings and stuff get hit, I probably will visually have it strike down onto your platform, because otherwise it's just kind of tricky to know, like, how am I going to visually represent that, right? So that's probably how I'll do it. So yeah, we will need some kind of building that will protect against the thunder, the lightning. I know we're talking about like a big shield building, which I think would be cool. Yeah, maybe having to keep it like filled with hydrogen or whatever to plasmify could be interesting. So we'll have to do that. Yeah, basically just like a big... Like, the thing that I'm imagining right now is like... This is probably a real thing. But basically a big, like, shield of plasma of ionized gases. I don't know if that would technically stop lightning, but I feel like it would. It would be just something kind of like, like this, really, is what I'm thinking. But I imagine, can plasma stop lightning? I mean, I guess lightning is plasma, isn't it? I guess I forgot about that fact. Dude, it's season right. This frickin' guy. But I wonder if, like, if lightning hit a field of plasma, wouldn't the lightning kind of merge into the plasma, then hit wherever that plasma is already going? So I could see how it would kind of make sense to stop a lightning bolt. We don't have to be completely accurate, guys. I'm just gonna make a best guess as to what would happen, and we'll make it. Also, we got ads starting in just a minute here, guys. My apologies. Season, when do you want to play Grounded? I know we were talking about that. I should be free basically whenever. I mean, obviously besides stream time, but yeah. Okay, so for the dust storm, I want another layer to kind of like open up on top. So yeah, it's gonna be like this with the screen overlay here. I guess it wouldn't be a screen overlay, would it? That's our background canvas, so it would be... where would we put it? Because screen overlay... Then that's like our eye patch, but that's gonna be above... What's the layer on this? 1, then our canvas is 2. Okay, so screen overlay, we can put all that stuff. Sort of the same with how we have the flash there. I wonder where I do my... I gotta figure out where that is. So in, on Tephra, there's like a cloud overlay. I know that it's somewhere in here. You can see what I'm talking about. Where is that? Because I'm pretty sure it's on the player node. Actually, unless it's physical. A physical location. Oh no, it's down here. Water overlay, fog, dust. So we can just include this one down over here. So I'll just copy, basically just copy the dust. That's practically what I want. And just call it Opus Dust. And so this will follow the player and kind of look like that. But we can modify this. So we'll use the fog shader, but we're going to modify all the noises. So now we can go up here, just somewhere whenever it's raining. Not raining, storming. You get the idea. We'll just add a script to this, honestly. Where do I handle the code, though, for, like, the dust, water overlay? Is that just inside the player? It is. Well, it might as well just be consistent. Right here, if is authority. Come on. Freaking out. So this will be a Opus Dust. It's going to be as long as global effect overlays and current region is Opus. And also raining. So let's try that out. So we save it. It's going to complain. Let's reopen the game. Okay, the ads are over, guys. Sorry about that. Let's go check out this new storm overlay and just make sure it's turning on and stuff properly. So if we say /rain, start, does not appear to be working, but I might have done something wrong in here. Yes, I did. I forgot to set the position and stuff. Okay, this should probably fix it. There we go. So now you can see that this effect will get, will start playing whenever it's quote-unquote raining here. We're gonna change how the rain works, so like it's not gonna actually do the particles here and stuff, because obviously it looks odd. So I think that's inside of the level. Raindrops and stuff. This is sort of where it does it all. Something like that. So let's see if rain is active. Just say if rain is active and global.current region ID is not equal to Starground region opus. So it should stop doing the rain and stuff now. At least the particles. Now back in game. Start the rain again. It is still doing the particles, but it's not doing the drops. I wonder where these particles are coming from. It must be inside of the player. I think there's a thing called rain. There it is. Where is this located? Okay, it is in position independent. Let's move it up here then with everything else. Region opus. Sorry guys, it's just, the song is too sick. Should be tweening back to invisible. Let's just restart the rain and stuff. Yo, thank you for the cheese time. Okay, rain is stopped. Let's start it again, and it shouldn't do the rain now. There we go. So now whenever it storms here, it's just gonna be dusty. And I'll work on this to make it way more, you know. Elevators can send items to Opus? Uh-oh. That's not supposed to happen. Well, I'm not really gonna fix it because it's just an incredibly minor issue. Just look at it as an Easter egg for what's to come. Because if you don't, you can't go there to build a space elevator, so it doesn't really matter. But yeah, I kind of forgot about that. It's a little funny. All right, unfortunately, guys, I gotta go because dinner's ready. So that's gonna be it for today. I know we're ending a little early. I do apologize. I do want to do that, you know, War Fortress stream eventually, so remind me tomorrow. Maybe we will. But anyways, thank you guys for coming to the stream. I appreciate it. We're getting there with Opus and stuff, you know. We've been throwing in a lot of, like, extra things on the side that we've been going back and fixing, so, you know. It's good that we're doing that, I think. So yeah, that's gonna be it. Thank you. Join the Discord if you want, buy Starground if you want. And also, Guys, be in Goob's stream tomorrow at 8 a.m. EST. I'll give you a shout out. Goob will be checking out Starground, so yeah. All right, let's go find somebody to raid. All right, Barony is free for the weekend. Okay, I'll grab that. Whitechapel. So I feel like it's been a little while since we raided him. So let's go do it. Yeah, Goob's gonna start ground it. Yeah, it's crazy. Alright, thank you gamers. Have a good rest of your day or night. And I'll see you tomorrow at 3 p.m. MDT. So yeah. Alright. Bye guys. Bye-bye. Bye. Oh wait, I have to wait 10 seconds. Ah! Hold on guys. Hold on. Alright, raiding out now. Goodbye everybody, and thanks again to Cellix for the raid. That was epic. See you guys.